Hello, welcome back. EJ DiMera, a man known for his ambition, cunning, and ruthless control, now lies helpless after an unexpected gunshot shatters the quiet of the DiMera mansion. As EJ fights for his life in a coma, his son Johnny is forced to reckon with past resentments, buried truths, and the possibility that he may lose his father before ever having a chance to truly forgive him. For longtime fans, this isn't just another twist in a soap opera saga. It's a deeply personal and gut-wrenching chapter that reveals how fragile family ties can be, especially when layered with decades of secrets and betrayal. The shooting at the DiMera mansion. It began with a bang, literally. A single gunshot fired within the walls of the DiMera mansion will set off a firestorm of accusations, suspicion, and soul-searching. EJ, who has spent years fending off rivals and manipulating those closest to him, finds himself the victim of a mysterious shooter. Salem's elite is left reeling from the news, but perhaps no one is more stunned than Johnny, EJ's estranged son. The identity of the shooter remains a mystery for now, and in true Days fashion, the writers have carefully laid out breadcrumbs for viewers to follow. The incident sends shockwaves through Salem, and fans are already theorizing who could have had the motive, and the nerve, to pull the trigger. But until the truth comes out, suspicion lingers in the air like a heavy fog. Johnny, a son torn apart. For Johnny, the situation is almost too painful to bear. His relationship with EJ has been strained at best, especially in recent weeks as dark revelations about his conception resurfaced, details that turned Johnny's stomach and made him question everything about the man who raised him. In a fit of anger and emotional turmoil, Johnny turned his back on EJ. Their arguments were loud, bitter, and laced with years of pent-up resentment. But when the phone call came that EJ had been shot and might not survive, Johnny's heart sank with the weight of every angry word he had thrown at his father. As EJ lies in a hospital bed, silent and still, Johnny is expected to be one of the first to visit him. With tears in his eyes and guilt etched across his face, Johnny may find himself confessing his regrets to a father who cannot hear him, or perhaps can, deep within the silence of a coma. In a heart-wrenching moment, Johnny might beg EJ to wake up, to return to the people who love him, and to give them another chance at forgiveness and redemption. These scenes are bound to be emotional not only for the characters, but for viewers who have watched the DiMera family rise and fall over the years. They serve as a reminder that, no matter how twisted the history, the bonds of family can sometimes survive even the deepest wounds. Suspects in Salem. While Johnny is an emotional wreck, others in Salem are quick to speculate, and some to accuse. Given his recent confrontations with EJ, Johnny unfortunately becomes one of the early suspects in the investigation. The Salem Police Department wastes no time questioning those who were present at the mansion or had recent conflicts with EJ. Still, most viewers would agree it's unlikely that Johnny could truly carry out such a brutal act. His anger may have been real, but he's never shown the capacity for that level of violence. Nevertheless, in a town where secrets lurk behind every corner and grudges run deep, anything is possible. The list of suspects continues to grow. Could it be someone from EJ's past, an old enemy seeking revenge? Could a disgruntled business rival have decided to take matters into their own hands? Or perhaps someone much closer, even under the same roof? The mystery deepens with each passing day, and as long as EJ remains comatose, the one person who might be able to identify the shooter remains silent. A dangerous recovery. Doctors warn that EJ's condition is touch and go, and it's uncertain how long he will remain unconscious. There's also the terrifying possibility of memory loss, either partial or complete. What happens if EJ wakes up and can't remember what happened? Worse yet, what if he wakes up and points the finger at the wrong person? The drama intensifies as loved ones gather at EJ's bedside, praying for a miracle while bracing for whatever truths might come to light. Will he survive the ordeal? And if he does, will he be the same man he was before the bullet tore through his world? The potential for temporary amnesia looms large. If EJ can't recall the events leading up to the shooting, the mystery will only grow darker. Innocent people may be accused, relationships will be tested, and long-standing alliances could fracture under the weight of suspicion. Seeds of vengeance behind the scenes. Days of Our Lives has already been hinting at a revenge arc for several characters, people with long-standing grievances against EJ. Subtle moments of foreshadowing, pointed lines of dialogue, and secretive exchanges all point to the possibility that someone has finally snapped. EJ, after all, has made plenty of enemies over the years. Some of them may have simply reached their breaking point. And while viewers may be gripped by the mystery, it's the emotional fallout that will make this storyline unforgettable. Watching Johnny, torn between grief, guilt, and hope, navigate this crisis will give the character new depth and offer a poignant exploration of what it means to forgive someone when it might already be too late. What comes next? One thing is certain, EJ's shooting is just the beginning. As the story unfolds, Salem will become a town on edge. Secrets will be exposed. Relationships will be shattered. And someone, perhaps someone viewers least expect, will be revealed as the person who tried to end EJ DiMera's life. Will justice be served? Will Johnny find peace with his father, or will regret haunt him forever? Will the DiMera legacy survive this latest tragedy? Stay tuned, because Days of Our Lives is about to take viewers on an emotional, thrilling, and heartbreaking journey, one that may just change the course of the DiMera family forever. The question, is it too late for Johnny to forgive EJ? And will EJ survive the ordeal? Is at the heart of the emotional storm that is gripping Days of Our Lives viewers. Is forgiveness too late? Johnny DiMera has always been torn about his complicated father-son relationship with EJ. Behind his tough exterior and angry words is a heart that has been deeply wounded by dark secrets, especially the painful truth about how he was born. It's not just Johnny's wound, it's a series of disappointments, doubts, and the gap between the two generations of the DiMera family. But when EJ is shot and falls into a deep coma, Johnny's emotions are ripped away. In an instant, all the anger and resentment suddenly become meaningless. He begins to realize that he may never get another chance to say the things he never dared to say, to forgive, or simply say, "I still need you." But will that forgiveness come too late? If EJ never wakes up, Johnny will have to live with that guilt for the rest of his life, a burden that no apology can erase. Will EJ make it? EJ is still in critical condition. He lies there, motionless and silent, while his family, especially Johnny, pray and hope. Doctors are still unsure whether EJ will survive. And even if he does wake up, what awaits him? It could be temporary amnesia, a personality change, or even suspicion, when the person closest to him could become a suspect. As Days of Our Lives viewers know, EJ DiMera is a tough nut to crack. He's survived plots, betrayals, and seemingly certain death before. But this is different. This isn't just a fight for survival, it's a fight for rebirth, for a fresh start, if there's a chance. There's still hope, but time doesn't stand still. No one can predict what fate will bring. But one thing is certain, if EJ survives, the moment he wakes up will be a crucial turning point, not just for himself, but for Johnny, and the rest of the troubled DiMera clan. So even though Johnny's forgiveness comes late, it's still the most precious thing he can give his father. In a world as treacherous and calculating as Salem, sometimes a genuine tear, a simple word like, "I forgive you," can be more healing than any medicine. And if EJ heard that, even if it was unconsciously, then perhaps, he still had a reason to fight back.